Hello. All right. Today I wanted to talk to you about um, my wife and I. We work with experienced leaders, we work with coaches, healers, experts, mentors, people that, you know, already have clients, already have a business. They've got the chops to truly help people transform their lives. And they've built a business around their expertise. They have built a business around their expertise. And typically they built a business by doing it all the marketing, all the sales, all the delivery of the services, all the transformational leadership, right? So they've done it all through hustle, through grit, through perseverance. They built a business around their expertise. They've done webinars, they've posted a lot of content, they've made videos, they've done sales calls, whatever you want to call them, but sales calls. Now they're in a stage where they want to get out of 10 hours a week of sales calls. They don't want to have to do it all to take their business to the next level. They don't want to have to hustle and grind on the business side of things. Maybe they're burned out from all the marketing hustle, right? They simply want to do their highest level work with their dream clients. The people, my wife and I, and the people we work with, we are true transformational leaders. We care about people. We love working with our clients. We want to see them get results. We care about our clients. We're not marketers or salespeople at heart. We are change agents at heart. We want to help people transform their lives. And so that's our highest level work. We don't want to be spending all of this time doing sales, doing marketing, operating the business. And so when you're at this level, maybe when you've already made a certain amount of money, maybe even six figures, your next level is not going to be about doing more. It's going to be about doing less. It's going to be about getting clients with your leadership, not by selling, not with hardcore selling, not with doing any kind of selling, simply by showing up and being a leader. And we've seen one of the most important things to be able to do this is you want to have a front end first date offer that enables you to get clients and make sales without sales calls, that enables you to grow your and fill and grow your front end offer without having to do all the marketing and sales, right? Without struggling to do that, without living on social media. And this requires that you have a first date offer. A first date offer is the first thing you offer to people that's paid. And it's the thing that when you dial this in and you get this right, and you're speaking to your dream clients, you get clients without selling. You get clients without living on social media. And also, it's better for your clients. It makes the decision process for them to make a change in their life simple, right? It takes people out of that indecision, out of that limbo area where nothing's changing, yet they still feel frustrated. And then the thing it really does is this first aid offer is it sets you up to work together with some of these clients long term without doing any more selling. So if you really want to get out of chasing prospects, chasing new sales all the time, chasing new clients, we really want to have a setup where you have this first aid offer, which is very easy to get clients into. And then that leads a high percentage of those clients to become repeat clients and to work with you for a whole year, 2 years, 3 years, repeatedly. And all this happens without you selling anymore, right? You just continue your work with people, your highest level work. That leads to the next stage and to the next stage. Now, I know this can seem like, how can this actually happen when you're struggling to even enroll people on like 90-minute sales calls, or you're making these long webinars, or you're doing these things where you're always trying to market and sell and convince. It can feel very impossible to, like, how can it be so simple that just with your leadership, with the right offer, right messaging, that this can work so easily, so simply. But it can. I mean, this is how you can free up 30, 40 hours a month of you spending time on sales calls, on sales to-dos. Now, my wife and I, we've been in the coaching industry as mentors for almost 20 years now. We started our careers as therapists, and we had a brick and mortar therapy practice in Southern California. And, people would come to us one session at a time, just traditional therapy. And so we built that. Um, Knew nothing about business. This was 20 years ago. Knew nothing about business. Just we wanted to help people as therapists. And then at the same time we started that therapy brick and mortar practice, we started a coaching practice virtually online because we wanted to be able to work with people anywhere in the world, anywhere in the country, and eventually, maybe to be able to work from anywhere. At the time that I didn't really understand if that could be a possibility because, Zoom wasn't a thing, videos weren't a thing. Um, People weren't really working with coaches, mentors, like virtually that much, unless it was like maybe with business consulting. So we started this coaching practice and it was centered around helping people with dating and relationships. So my wife and I did not start out to help people with their businesses. We are not people who came into this with a marketing and sales background. We knew nothing about marketing and sales. We got our doctorates in psychology and we were very good at helping people change their lives. Then we started a business, a therapy practice and a coaching practice at the same time, which I don't recommend, especially when you know nothing about business. And, we figured it out, trial and error over time. Made a lot of mistakes. And at the time with our coaching practice, it was all done on calls, call lines. People would call in, there was no video, and we would all get on a call together. Um, and we built that dating and relationship business, coaching business, to 7 figures while working just part time. And this really opened up our eyes to what was possible, right? And this is where we were first learned about how to create a first date offer that makes it easy to say yes to people, easy for people to take out their credit card and start working with you. Because when we first started the coaching business, it was not like that. We had a long webinar. We were running ads. We did long 60 to 90-minute sales calls. And that felt like a real slog. That felt very difficult. I didn't like that at all. My wife didn't like it. I didn't like it. Felt very salesy. So we completely switched things up. And once we nailed that first date offer where we could really get people to make a decision, a committed decision to change their dating life, their love life, they came in to work with us. We helped them do, one or two very specific things in that first date offer. And then that set them up to see what was possible. And then most people kept working with us for a year, for 2 years. And, at this point, we have many, many testimonials of people that have gotten married, have had kids from that initial first dating offer. And then over time, as my wife and I got really good at operating a coaching expert business, we got people started asking us how we did it. So we started helping other business owners do the same thing. And if there's one thing I can say, again, you want to create this first date offer so that it's small enough that people can understand what it is. It's specific and small, and people can see themselves doing it, right? You're not promising the world to them. You're promising to solve one or two very specific things. People can buy into that when that's their problem. So that would be my biggest recommendation, especially if you are an experienced leader, coach, expert. and you have leads coming in, you have clients, you've worked with people, one of the best things you can do if you want to simplify your business and get rid of all this time on marketing and sales is to create this first date offer in a way that makes sales and marketing very simple for you and take very little time, and still that you're able to work with your dream clients.